Hi, everyone! I am Draw and Discover, and I'm here to learn together with you about knowledge that schools don't teach. Take a moment to recall whether you've experienced any of the following situations. When you come across someone you know but aren't familiar with on the street, do you slow down immediately, take out your phone, and pretend not to see them to avoid the awkwardness of greeting them? During gatherings or meetings, do you often prefer to stay quiet, scrolling through your phone or silently listening to others, rarely participating in conversations? But every time you gather the courage to speak up, you find out that everyone has already switched to another topic? The most terrifying situation is when everyone needs to introduce themselves or speak in certain settings, and you start to feel your heart racing, even trembling, trying to figure out how to present yourself without making a fool of yourself, while also thinking about how to escape the situation. If you've experienced any of these situations, you might be one of the individuals dealing with social anxiety. The biggest downside of social anxiety is that it affects interpersonal relationships and social interactions, leading others to perceive you as a secluded, aloof person, and they may not want to be friends with you. Today, I want to share a book called Overcoming Social Anxiety. In this video, I will share with you how social anxiety happens and how to overcome it. The book's author is Dr. Ellen Hendrickson, who was once a severe social anxiety sufferer herself. This personal experience led her to research the topic, and over the years, she has helped millions of people, including herself, overcome the challenges of social anxiety, improving their lives and relationships. First, let's talk about what social anxiety is. People with social anxiety tend to feel awkward and conspicuous in public settings. They tend to magnify and even imagine their flaws. For example, they worry about saying or doing something wrong, inviting criticism or strange looks from others. They may even want to hide or avoid attention. Did you notice that people with social anxiety are truly afraid of being exposed? They feel that they are not good enough and fear others discovering their inadequacies. So, how does social anxiety develop? Firstly, there's inner judgment. Inner judgment is the voice from our minds, a form of self-criticism and a protective mechanism. It intends to prevent us from embarrassing ourselves, hoping to make us more likable, but often it backfires. It always reminds us of our inadequacies and highlights our flaws. For example, when facing situations where we need to interact with strangers, inner judgment pops up immediately, saying, "You can't do it, you'll embarrass yourself, they will laugh at you." We become anxious about potential negative outcomes like making others unhappy or disliked due to our poor performance. The second factor is behavioral inhibition. Behavioral inhibition refers to the caution we display when facing unfamiliar people, places, or events. It helps us avoid risky actions that our inner judgment perceives as dangerous. In simple terms, even if we want to do something, the fear of exposure triggers our inner judgment, leading us to choose avoidance or withdrawal before facing potential dangers. This is what we call behavioral inhibition. For example, when inner judgment tells you, greeting them will make you look foolish. They'll notice how nervous you are and dislike you. So, you better stay away and not let them find you. Any living being has behavioral inhibition, a protective mechanism that makes us think twice before acting, or enhances our alertness to danger, leading us to stay away from risks. However, when this anxiety becomes excessive and interferes with regular work, study, and life, it could be an anxiety disorder. The good news is that we can conquer social anxiety. Here are some effective methods. The replacement method: challenge and replace your inner judgment. Describe the vague anxiety in concrete terms, distinguish between imaginations and facts, and replace the unfounded parts. Embrace your anxiety. Treat yourself as you would treat a good friend. Offer yourself comfort, encouragement, and support. Accept that feeling anxious is natural and acknowledge your efforts. Structured role-playing: set a structured role for yourself in social situations. Focus on playing that role rather than being yourself. This creates a supportive environment, encouraging you to try things that seem difficult. Remember, nobody is perfect in this world. Taking the first step, being willing to try, and embracing yourself with all your flaws are crucial. Thank you all for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, like, and share to inspire more people.